Hello there, and welcome to an auto-match battle between Brickman as the United States forces on the south of Crossroads. In the north, we've got Fisticuffs, and hopefully that's exactly what we're going to be seeing today, with some Marcus of Queensberry rules, perhaps. And, we want to see some hardcore Victorian-era brutal action. Now, the commanders chosen so far, we've got Blitzkrieg Doctrine, which is, as we all know, munitions intensive. So you'd half expect, yes indeed, he's going to be hot targeting the munitions. Both of these players, by the way, top 200 in the world. Both are supporters of, tournaments in the past. I believe Brickman was slated to actually attend GCS2 with his wife at one point. He's a Lego buff in his spare time, and Fisticuffs is a Master League donator and all sorts. So both these guys, big supporters of the tournament scene. They're damn good players themselves, top 200 in their own right. This replay is a big file, meaning it's going to be an epic game. And it was a request of one of these two players. He emailed me saying, I've sent you £20, could you please cast my game? And I was like, I'm usually like, oh god, here we go. I'll do it, but it's probably going to be a really casual 4v4 or something. But no, I was really pleasantly surprised to see both players are top 200. I actually already knew one of them. And I'd heard the names of both of them before, so I was like, fair enough. That sounds like easy money for me. I probably would have done it. Well, I wouldn't have done it anyway, because we got ML4 coming up. Not this weekend, the weekend after. A lot of preparations going into that. So, yeah, win-win situation, I guess. Rear echelons putting got the tank traps up in the east. We've got Iron R Pathfinders out, of course, from Recon Support Company. M8 Greyhound possibly in the future. Some cluster mines. Always nice to see them fall down on a prepared pack position. Allow your tanks to have a nice flankerino around them. Good usage of synergies here. The Pioneers allowing the MG42 to reign supreme. Very unflankable. Well, it is flankable, but it's got more than enough time to see it coming with the Pioneers. We do have the Pathfinders exploiting. Looking for an angle to get to the cutoff. Heavy cover battle here, and the bullets are starting to disintegrate the fence panel. Nearby farm is going to be really upset because of his cows going to pasture would now be able to get out. There's no other holes at all in this farm. Meanwhile, Grenadiers holding the line, and that's good action there. Got a good amount of health remaining, but with the scoped rifles of the Pathfinders, don't want to linger even with a full health soldier remaining. And they cede the control of the... No fuel. There's been no fuel captured quite yet for the Wehrmacht player. But he has had high munitions thus far, and as we both know, that's me and you, the viewer. There's only one viewer of this video. Munitions is what you need for Panzer Tactician Smoke, for tactical movements, for reconnaissance overflight. Not for that, but definitely for Stuka close air support. MG42 has not had any action yet. Look at the XP. And that's not good for Wehrmacht usually. That means that he's not been creeping forward. Maybe a little bit of aim move. Trying to get into the action perhaps. Glenn's come to meet their pathfinding foe. Get a good shot away there for the guy that was out covering as he writhes in agony, finally halting his post-mortal existence. Riflemen just don't like what they see there. They're going to back away for now. Meanwhile, in the west, we've got Grenz, the MG. Will the MG finally get some action? This guy has been blue-ballsed for the first 4 minutes of the game. He's crept forward. Yes, finally. He pops his cherry and fires a two salvos of shots there. And again, look, the cutoff is being exploited. Brickman, from Japan, by the way. Don't know why I'm mentioning that. I just know this guy's from Japan. He's one of the few players and fans I know from Japan. So, there you go. Grenadiers force the rifles away. Good preservation thus far. Let's check the stats to confirm. Oh my, look at that. 7-5 so far. It's like watching a hockey game or something because the kills have been so low. Tier 2 is down though. Light mechanized on its way and a bunker. So Pioneers are basically having a Gantt chart out right now. Doing a bit of project management. Very good timing. 222 on its way as well. Synergy of the Wehrmacht. Meanwhile, the US player going for a 50 cal from the Lieutenant sphere. Not a bad idea. Of course, the Commander revamp is out, and I'm probably going to do an announcement on this soon, but unfortunately we can't play on it for the Master League tournament. I'm really gutted by that. But you can't observe live custom games at the moment for whatever reason in 64-bit. Grens have the option for a rifle nade, don't forget, so it has to be ever aware of that. IR Pathfinder's now up to 4 kills. Where's that 222? Here it is, finally on the battlefield. Lieutenant backs away. Does he have a bazooka upgrading instantly? Doesn't fancy it. He has got the Stuart coming though. Gonna keep the... There it is. Bazooka on its way for the Lieutenant. Rear echelon's forced away. And again, taking the cutoff. I tell you, Fisticuffs has hardly had anything this game. Now just reduced to 3 standard territory points for the meantime. Excellent work by Brickman. Stuart soon to hit. 222's era coming to an end. He did have rifle nades, of course. Platoon command post or whatever. Yeah, platoon command post upgraded. Lieutenant comes in to get a cheeky shot. Can't quite get it. Let's have a little look at what they're saying in Twitch chat. We've got orange chest. Orange chest. I tell you, it's 10 o'clock in the morning here on a Friday. It is my it's an annual public holiday here. Probably, I don't know, somebody in the royal family died or something. Oh no, it's Easter. That's it. Jesus died. Of course he did. Is it actually Good Friday today? Can anybody confirm that? No idea. The post-COVID world is very, very kind of whiskey infused and like groggy for me. Not what year is it?
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture
Ambo on its way. Gren's attack grounded. He could see them with the Pathfinders. So he's seeking his prey through the fog of war there. Sick reference, bro. 50 cal set up. We've got a nice little patch of S-mines. Thoroughly discharged there. Heavy truck on its way. Here we go. Hype. Look at that driving. Look at it. Does he turn the steering wheel to go around the corner? I love the ambulance covered in blood. Oh my god. That's something for a horror film, isn't it? Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Stuart just chilling on the western side, and meanwhile on the east. The MGs have not had a good day in this game. They've just constantly set up and then been pushed away. And look at the MG42. It's only at like 30%. Not got a kill. 30% XP. That's it.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Stuart has yet to seek action. But what tends to happen with these very preservation-orientated, safe games is they develop. They engorge themselves until bursting points and then spill their guts all over the battlefield. Much like Monty Python's Meaning of Life. Oh, what? There we go. There's a nice salvo for you. Artillery strike from Brickman there with the IR Pathfinders. Wonder if they get the kills from that. That MG is now hang on, the MG's dead and it did nothing. Poor Fisticuffs. Tell you what, I've never seen the IR Pathfinders use that well though. There's the ability, by the way. It's 140 munitions, so well spent. 260 manpower down the drain for Fisticuffs there. That's really unfortunate. He's rebuilding it as well. I don't want to say bless him because that'd be patronising, but bless the poor MG because he's not had the best time. Munitions wise, he's upgraded obviously 2 LMG Grenadiers. The first action in this game was a one-click off-map arty strike that really did the work. Telemine in a good position there, though. So we're hoping that this Stuart goes west side for Fisticuffs to get him straight back into this one in a material way. Because just like Madonna, I'm a material girl. Always wondering who's up in a game.
Ready for action.
Nice strike from the bazooka there. 222 has to be active here. Fisticuffs, as he's seen it, he pops smoke. Could see an attack ramp, but there's a wreckage in the way. Another arty strike from the IR Pathfinders. I want to call that. That's the strategy from Brickman. All of his munitions has gone into these arty strikes with the Pathfinders. Really exciting to see that. You don't really see that in tournament play. Meanwhile, Rifleman and Lieutenant double capping in the west. We've got, will this 50 cal get its first pip of veterancy experience rather? Nope, no damage there, so no experience. He's not been shot at, so you get 25% experience from being shot at, damage received, and you get 75% experience from damage inflicted. And that 50 cal has done nothing. As I say, MGs are not having the best day. That's the narrative thus far. Stuart has 4 kills thus far. Grenadiers is really low on health. Could do with getting out of there to save those 30 manpower models. We do have another Talamine here, really deep into enemy territory. Did he tell me from Twitch chat land in the present said he's going to go make a curry. Thanks for watching. And he's going. Okay, enjoy your curry. Love it. I do love a good curry. That's why that was worth a shout out. I like Thai curry, Indian curry, Chinese curry. Just give me curry. Just amazing stuff. Full of oil, full of spices. May, you know, bring forward your expiration date, but oh my. It makes your life so much more worth living. Six kills on the 222. Been repaired most recently. LMG Grenadiers push forward. 50 cal set up. Grens make it to the capping circle, but they lose a lot of Soldaten on their way. 50 cal now has a kill. Just keep an eye on the MGs, because I think that's been a bit of a meme so far. Stuart, 7 kills, almost terminates the Grenadiers on their retreat path there. 222 pushes in. Pushing the IR Pathfinders around. Brickman's getting close to that 140 munitions, and we all know what that means. More IR artillery strikes. How's Fisticuff doing on his teching? He does have Battle Phase 2 up, but no Tier 3 down quite yet. But Pioneers have recently gone to base, and there's the IR again! Oh my, look at this! Let's get a little bit of cinematics on the death of this pack. It's definitely dead, surely. No, that was the fakie. It was the fakie. I fell for it. I fell for it. He got me with it anyway. Reminds me of Company Heroes 1 with the commandos. They had fake artillery and real artillery, constantly keeping you going. There it is. Decoy barrage. Just enough to keep the pack on its toes. But it would have been dead. He should have gone for the real barrage. Ruined my YouTube thumbnail, so F in chat for AE's cinematic YouTube thumbnail creation process. Not going well thus far. Don't like to do it too much. I like to pick my moments, something that's easily observable without the UI, and I went for it. Oh well. 4 LMGs to the Grenadiers, so the power creep from Fisticuffs could really come into play. As we all know, LMG Grenadiers, it means that he also was able to get these 2 Talamines down, so that's the advantage of just keeping this, well, high munitions for most of the time when this cutoff was not neutralised. LMG Grenadiers have gotten 10 kills, and the other guy's got 5 kills. Meanwhile, on the eastern side, there we go, MG versus 50 cal. Got the Stuart coming to help out, however. Triple cap temporarily for Brickman there. That's really going to hurt Fisticuffs. Going to have to get his pugilistic display.
Capture point is being overrun.
You have to ramp it up, isn't he? He really is. Ooh, Talamine. Does he smell it? Can he sense it? Sport Armor Core now up, and he's got more than enough fuel to get his first Panzer. Lob out from Brickman. Going again for the cutoff. LMG's focusing. Well, no, he's on the IR Pathfinders at the moment. There's the real barrage as well. I was wondering where. Oh, I'm gonna have to get some of this action on. There we go. That's the story of the game. There's my thumbnail. 15 minutes in. Just mental note there for myself. Pack down. Gren's forced away. And the brutal thing about this IR artillery strike is enough to kill the crew members. And then it has a second salvo, so it also kills the weapon. Stuart's coming down. Panzer IV is about to hit, but it's hitting the same time as the Sherman. We've got the, of course, the lieutenant with the bazooka. I really do not see a way that Fisticuffs can get back into this game at the moment. He's lost 2 support weapons. 340 manpower, 260 in total. That's 600 manpower by my estimations. Yeah, it is, isn't it? 600 manpower to artillery strikes. Nasty. Let's have a little check on the stats when... well, it'll slow the gameplay down anyway. To half speed. So let's have a look at the graph. Look at that. Those artillery strikes just pushing Brickman ahead. One after another. Oh, the Panzer IV could have a good day. Maybe if he can get a Faust in. 222 still alive, don't forget. Allowing the Pioneers to come and cap and break this triple victory point gap. Oh god, there's Sandbag saving the life of the Grenadiers there. Look, survives with one Soldaten. Survives with one Soldaten, if I can get my words out. Prioritised vehicle is on, and he hits a tower mine and takes out the Stuart. It would have died anyway, but that was extra exciting because the shell hit it. Love it. Come back on, maybe? Don't forget, there's another tower mine there, so maybe the Stuart could meet its demise. Ah, 222's in enemy territory. Hey, he's trying to bait him. 7 million IQ play, but he himself gets hit by a mine. Panzer IV comes in to provide covering fire. Smoke is popped. Big shot from the Sherman hits. Needs to get off that mine. Meanwhile, on the west, we've got good capping action from Fisticuffs as Brickman is purely in base. Dropping airborne down to the field with the pack howitzer. So this is known as the air-dropped combat group. Lovely stuff. Good game now. It's heating up, it has to be said. Panzer IV's just doing the washing for its crew members. It gets hot and sweaty inside that hull. Strumming Bird joins the chat and says, cheesy Pathfinder game. Yes, that is the hors d'oeuvre of the day. Cheesy game. Almost sounds like pigeon with cheese, doesn't it? Pioneers forced away as the riflemen and those pioneers push forward. I'm going to play with Pathfinder the next USF game I have. I'm really happy because I've got something to be excited about in auto match. It's been really fun to watch this. Although, of course, you don't end up with bars on all your rifles, but meh. Oh, he hits the mine with the Sherman. There we go. Where is the Panzer IV and all this? Oh, he's just heard the news. Exciting news. Maybe he could flank around here and get him. Exciting. Come on, Panzer IV. I'm willing because it's exciting when that kind of thing. I love Talon mines. Always got a soft spot for Talon. Oh, and premonition. It's coming to fruition. I love it. He jumps out. And here's Johnny. Gets him. Love it. One rear armor shot. We do have bazookas on the paratroopers though. But it doesn't matter because Panzer Tactician Smoke to the rescue. Both Talon mines now taking out vehicles, and the Panzer IV gets the vehicle destroyed. Fisticuffs finding his way back into the game. He may have lost 2 support weapons now, the MG and the pack, respectively, but he's made up for it hugely with the Stuart's death and now the Sherman's death. Good game so far, very entertaining. Triple LMG Grenadier setup. Rear echelons getting gunned down. Oh! We've had an entire gun crew die. I'm just watching the MG's action there. It may have been elsewhere that this entire gun crew died.
A capture point is under attack.
Will they get out of there? It was a decoy. It was a decoy only. Just a bit of smoke droppage. LMG Grenadiers getting really aggressive. But the victory point situation, I have to say, is remaining in US hands here. That's Brickman for you, and he's gotten 436 victory points versus 160. Yes, he's down on the fuel situation. He's lost 2 tanks. He's just now got his Sherman. He could do with possibly getting an M1 AT gun, and I do not believe he... No, he didn't ever get the captain. So that's his vulnerability, it has to be said. And now we've got the Panzer IV command tank, so we're going to have a bit more defensive aura bonuses for Fisticuff, so we're going to be able to control the line better. Just those telemines were excellent. I suppose losing his rear echelon squad has really hurt him. Being able to sweep. LMG Grenadiers from Marauding. Elsewhere in the east, they're doing the same, but we've got 50 cal coming to the rescue of the lieutenants. Sherman's recently gone over to armor-piercing rounds, being on high explosive for a while. Another telemine deep in enemy, deep in his own territory there, Robert. There he goes. He's had to rebuild the rear echelons. There he goes with the hazard removal package. I can't say there he goes again, but I kind of just did. And yeah, that'll help with the Tala situation. He cannot afford for that to keep happening. But look at this menage a trois of destruction. Pretty sure I just said something that made no sense, like whatever. Got the command tank, the reconnaissance scout car, and the main battle tank all operating in unison. They push forward, they miss the Sherman, careering helplessly into the hedgerow. The victory point situation has now been stabilised for Fisticuffs on 144. A lot of work to do, however. Good news for him, he's got a lot of munitions, a lot of manpower, and a decent amount of fuel. Meanwhile, Brickman, less so. Wildfire, those dastardly Pathfinders push forward. Rear echelon and Sherman attempt to do the same. Lure against Storm Shards in the centre. LMG versus Lieutenant, we know who wins that one. Here comes that devilish duo. A little bit of threatened crushing action. That could be a very real barrage on this MG. Is it? It is. Well telegraphed though when he gets out of there. I wonder where we're looking from this point onwards. Maybe he'll go to Battle Phase 3 next. Perhaps. No, he's going to get a Pack 40. That is wise. Brickman, however, of course, just sticking with what he's got right now. He's got his Major out. By the way, it was a rapid barrage from the Major this time. Of course, it was the IR Pathfinder was deep in base. 23 kills on those bad boys, by the way. MVP, of course, of Brickman's army. But keeping an eye on the army situation, I have to say I like the look of Fisticuff's strategic deployment better. And the reason is I think he's got better anti-tank. No. In the fact that Brickman has no anti-tank. He has a tank, but it's not anti. It's very pro. We need more armor busting action. Maybe a Jackson from Brickman, I think, would be perfect. Pioneers don't have any veterancy, which is a shame for Fisticuffs, meaning that the Panzers, of course, spend less time in battle. Again, Brickman about to put pressure on the victory points. The tick will commence for Fisticuffs. 143. Another Sherman on... Sorry, that's a voice crack. Another Sherman on the way. Oh, missed that mine on screen. That was another Teller there. Actually killed some of the Pathfinders as well. Where is the pack in all this? Meanwhile, 50 cal keeping the Grens at bay. 222 can flank him, however. Good move that by Fisticuffs there. Could not exploit the Sherman situation. He's going to repair in a very battle-centric scenario. Don't want to say the heat of battle because nobody's firing on him. So I invented a new phrase, battle-centric. What the hell? Major being mauled. He moves on out of there. Now, he definitely wants this point, and I think, by Jove, he may just have it. Good work by Fisticuff. Meanwhile, in the east, this time it's a S-mine, is it? Yeah, a little patch of S-mines and a teller down. Good mining from the Wehrmacht player. I would have thought with this commander choice he might have elected for, you know, more of the actual abilities. No, he's gone for mines, but mines win games, as we all know, so not a bad option. Pathfinder's in danger. Good attack round through the hedge, get and destroy them once and for all. Perhaps not. Sherman moves into the centre. Sherman deletes the mines with its tracks, and his bigger brother comes into view. Bigger brother because he was born first. Nice shot by the pack. Good fucking hit, indeed. Panzers and 222 pushing to the western area of conflict. And the victory point stabilised. We remain with Fisticuffs on 102. He will stabilise and cap the central victory points. Fuel check. He's on 79 pop cap. He's got 200 fuel. I wonder what he's thinking with this. Maybe he's going to get battle phase 3. Brickman. He hasn't got as much fuel, having lost his first Sherman. Oh, Panzer 4 is the choice. Okay, going to stick with tier 3. Sherman's survey the situation, but here come the Panzers. Let's get a bit of cinematic scope on that bad boy. Look at that. Love it. What is this rear echelon thinking? Riflemen don't want any of it. Just lost a unit elsewhere. That was over here, I believe. Indeed. Bodies tell a story. That the IR Pathfinders have died. I can confirm cluster bombs fall from the skies. Does it take out the pack? No, it doesn't. IR Pathfinders died on the western side to these 2 LMG Grenadiers. F in chat for a fantastic unit that did really well. Of course, we were focusing on the big armour confrontation that was developing. Panzers re-emerged from the east. New tank to join them. And as I say, Brickman without heavy 80 really beginning to suffer now. He does have bazookas, of course. How many bazookas exactly? 2 bazookas on that airborne. Sherman's change direction, just doing enough to secure the victory point up here, but meanwhile Fisticuffs is going to keep his 102 victory points by capping in the eastern side. Show fog of war and show that this guy is just out of scope, and then he sees heavy anti-infantry in his way. Not advantageous for Brickman. 222 could go down here to the lieutenant. Got double bazookas, doesn't need it, however. Oh, big salvo though, this time from the cluster bombs from the sky above, forcing away the MG this time. I don't think it got any kills, just forced away the MG. Well spotted by Fisticuffs. 222 dying was a big loss though. All that reconnaissance now gone in the blink of an eye. Brickman could reapply the pressure on the victory points. He's capping in the north, soon to be capping in the centre. Where is Fisticuffs in all this? Just wants to get out of base for now. He issues a brutal movement order to all of his units, and he's consolidated. Needs to really think about his next assault. Make it multi-pronged and multifaceted, because the tick is now on and he'll be in double-digit territory very soon. Panzers move out. Command Panzer moving them forward. Obviously, in the Second World War, the Command Panzer would probably be at the back of the formation with the radio set, or the high frequency radio set at least, being able to issue commands to battle group headquarters.
The
situation, he leads the charge. Sherman's exposed. Ah, but there we go. We have now got the captain. We have got the M1 command tank is in peril. Hot smoke reverses away. Panzer 4 can't get any work done because the bazookas are enough to push them away through the smoke with a good attack ground there from Brickman. Sherman pushes in. He's currently on armor piercing, so can't do much against the Grenadiers. Command tank gets out of there. Heavy action here. What do we see? We see a reconnaissance overflight for Fisticuff, giving him better surveillance of the situation. Eyes in the sky, allowing the Grenadiers to push forward. And the dual Grenadier action in the centre to possibly destroy the 50 cal. No, he gets out of there just about. Sherman's being repaired as fast as the blowtorches can work from Brickman. I have to say, though, it seems like Fisticuffs now, with the Panzers, has too much for Brickman and can win a head-to-head engagement. If this was StarCraft, it'd be GG, but alas, it is not StarCraft. It is Company Heroes. It's a tactical-based RTS with a lot of combat mechanics. And Brickman has a chance to reassess his strategic deployment and possibly get back into this one. Build the Jackson. 85 victory points remain. 4 Fisticuffs after that central victory point cap in the last 5 minutes. Panzer still has not been repaired, by the way. Again, get a bit aggressive here. Cluster bombs coming down again on the MG. What damage will be done? Destroys and deletes the weapon. That's a third support weapon that Fisticuffs has lost to off maps this game. IR Pathfinders, how we hardly knew ye. They gone but not forgotten. And this time with the M83s, its commander is very cheesy to play against, it must be said. Recon support. With a side of cheese. Back in base, we've got these vanilla pioneers which will repair the tanks. This will leave himself open and vulnerable to being capped once more because his tanks are out of action, and as are the pioneers. Must be said as well, Brickman's army has increased in size, but he's all equipped to only really push away tanks temporarily and cap victory points. He cannot win a decisive engagement unless everything goes in his favour for me. Brickman looked powerful on paper, but against the Panzers with the command tank, he just needs a finishing blow, in my opinion. I'd love to be proven wrong, though. That's my critique of this build order. It is cheesy, but yeah, I can't keep saying it. I'm going to stop saying it. Vanilla Pioneers finally repaired one of the tanks. He has been operative with the 19-kill Vet 2 Panzer 4 in the meantime, and to his credit has kept control of the victory point situation despite my reservations. Back in base, we've got the Vet 3 50 cal. That was climbed the veterancy rather quickly after our earlier cast shenanigans. Captain yet to get his first kill. He has been on the battlefield for a while. Sherman do a drive-by of the Grenadiers, but with that on-the-move accuracy, can't be as effective as they otherwise should be. Brickman is a prime target for a Panzerwerfer, it has to be said, but we don't have tier 2 for this, of course. Oh, we do! We just have battle phase 3 rather. However, he's going to go for a Panzer 4 from tier 3. So I could, yeah. I meant battle phase 3. I meant tier 4, but somehow I said tier 2. Early morning casting. Been a good game though, been highly enjoyable thus far, and I'm anticipating who on earth can pull this one out the bag, because we've got a situation Fisticuff, he's got 85 victory points, but he's now got a huge armada, a huge fleet of medium tanks. Brickman's forcing the lieutenant to neutralise the victory point, needs to get out of there now. Meanwhile, Grenadiers have been pinned by the Major. Panzer's operating through the fog and burst out in a huge decisive push against this infantry. Grenadiers stayed through all that, just offering themselves as a distraction. Continue their march. Defensive aura leading the fray. And 50 cal down. Do you have the bazooka of the airborne though? But just going to shred manpower. Look at this. Flotilla. This armada of armour. Absolutely marauding now. Looks like Brickman has built his last Lego set. But no! He's capping the victory points, by the way. And Fisticuff is down to 66. He's just now capped that eastern one with that one-man grenadier. He could be an MVP unit. Sherman in peril. Reversing away at this colossal A move. Armada reverses around the battlefield on its jollies, and it's racing forward in credit to him. Make it sound like that takes high skill. One of the Panzer IVs, this one has 25 kills, 5 on the other, and 14 on the command tank. I have to say though, this is the red herring. The true MVP move for Fisticuffs was the telemines and the kill on the rear echelon squad. Don't even catch that. I can't even remember it happening, but he killed it. And without being able to sweep those mines, it's meant that Brickman's been in a terrible situation. But it's not over yet. With 64 victory points, Brickman could pull this one out of the bag. And with 37 minutes on the clock, he's got 250 victory points himself. He's only half depleted. He has ample time to resurrect his forces and to make one last push on this. Got a lot of fuel in the bag as well. More than enough for the Jackson should he want it. He can pick up that 50 cal. Might be doing that right now, actually. Probably wants to get 400 manpower required at the moment. Let's see if he's reinforcing squads in base. No, the Major's not being reinforced as we speak. I'll keep an eye on that because that'll tell us if he's saving for the Jackson. If he builds the Jackson, this could turn the game around, in my opinion. If he can start picking off some of these tanks. Look at that. Just a parade of Panzers.
The supply line just got cut off.
Now he's just deleting the 50 cal. He's seen it. Giving it a good old A move. Makes no sense that it's an A move. Probably would make more sense if you had to attack ground them out of existence. Oh well. It's a good job that rear echelon is there, otherwise the captain would be exploding right now. Nice shot by the pack. LMGs push in. 27 kills on one. 13 on the other. MG 42 with veterancy 3, faces eastward. It's been grenaded. Not too much damage done. And the Panzers hear this. Like the Death Star over Alderaan. It's very foreboding, isn't it? Very foreboding indeed. And Jackson is indeed built, finally. 38 minutes and around 18 minutes too late, but he's got a lot of victory points, still 200. He's stabilised his victory point on his side, his Brickman. Still got 2 Shermans as well. So game on, lads. Game on. This is now heating up. I was starting to feel like this was not looking too good for Brickman. But he's turned it around now with the Jackson built. 200 points now remain versus 64. He's neutralised, so it's all to play for. Play for indeed. Jackson makes his way over to east. We've got a Vet 1, M1 AT gun. A lot of munitions for both players. Let's see how this turns out. Back in base. He's got a lot of reinforcing to do and only 78 manpower to do it with. We have just had a reconnaissance overflight. Let's see what Fisticuffs can see. If my game will allow it. There we go. Just surveying the battlefield with that flying pizza. Slice. Great rendering. Lovely jagged edges. Love it. But he's well and truly seen the positions of every single US vehicle. I did see it said, by the way, I don't know if it's on CoH2 or Reddit, but it is quite ironic that it's Germans with, it was the Wehrmacht with the best aerial abilities in the game by far. like all the Stukas and such. But by this stage in the war, the game's set in like 1944, isn't it? They had barely any Luftwaffe left to fight with. They had a few rocket-powered Messerschmitts, and yeah, they were still fighting on the eastern front, but on the western front, they were absolutely countered. As is the Panzer forces now. If this Jackson can keep at range. That's reverse away. The lieutenant neutralizes once more, but he's capping in the west. This could be bad for Fisticuffs. Needs to stick him up and push in, and here we go. Nice butterfly bomb on the Wehrmacht position. There's a Vet 3 Grenadier dying just when he needs it least as Fisticuffs, and obliterated by the Sherman fire there. 2 squads down in the blink of an eye. 20,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town. As the Panzer IVs could rectify the situation. No, the Jackson's getting a flank off. Main gun destroyed at the worst possible moment. M1 has got tungsten rounds engaged. However, we just had a Sherman go down to the Vet 3 pack from the other side. Jackson reverses away, gets a fadeaway, no scope shot off, but the Panzers are still in numbers. Jackson goes around the side of the garrison there, but the pack gets a shot just around the apex, abandons the Jackson, and Fisticuffs is left with 3 Panzers remaining. Needs the Shermans to be repaired and back in there. He's rebuilding a Sherman as we speak. He did, by the way, get a neutralised victory point in the north, and an excellent shot from afar there. Can he keep the scope? No, we've got Panzer Tactician smoke. The Jackson, abandoned, saves the Panzer's life there. Tries to attack ground through the smoke and ends up hitting his own Jackson. Oh dear. Unfortunate for Brickman, but it does kind of make sense. There was a huge tank in the way. Or tank destroyer, whatever you want to call it. It's a tank to me. It's got tracks and a gun. And yeah, it's got to be said, even with the repair times of the vanilla Pioneers, he's still got this Panzer IV with a good amount of health. So he's going to have 2 Panzer IVs back on the field. He's also capped this victory point very recently, stabilising the situation on 57. We've got a new Sherman about to hit, and we do have a repaired Sherman now out. So this one will continue to put the 4th Panzer IV on the field. Butterfly bombs. Oh dear. Vet 3 MG42 just about survives though. Nice Talamine there. Sherman, however, gets his revenge. 1 Grenadier remaining after all that great preservation by Fisticuffs. He's now playing like Von Ivan. Got all the Panzers and no Grenadiers. Airborne. Good bazooka him in the back here as the Panzer IVs march on. They delete the 50 cal and now susceptible. Will the Airborne stick this out? Yes, they will. Out of control. The Panzer goes. Now needs to get back to base. Sherman flanks the Panzer, keeping himself in battle. The Airborne into the last possible moment. Good shot by the Vet 3 Pat 40 from a distance. And I think, yeah, indeed, we had a Faust from the Grenadier. Panzer IV now circles like a shark, smelling blood. There's a Stuka giving us a flyby as the Sherman's taken out of commission. What a good game this turned out to be. No infantry for Brickman. Sorry, 4 Fisticuffs remaining. He's had to rebuild the Grenadier. Lieutenant down, however. But the victory point situation could go against him. He's got 32 remaining. Pioneer Army marches forth. He's decided to make an army of blowtorches. Easy dodge. Easy life of the cluster bombs.
They only have 25 points remaining.
What a good game this turned out to be. I never would have cast this, ever. You know, with the ML5 preparation and, you know, not, this is, I'm so glad that the player that submitted this replay has done so. Big thanks to him. It's been a really good game, Just that good amount of messy, not too perfect. Good mechanics shown by the players, but good amount of imperfection. And that usually results in a barnstormer, and that's exactly what we've seen in this one.
They only have 10 points remaining.
Getting some good shots in. Only 10 points remain for Fisticuffs. He's managed to keep capping through all of this. Couldn't get the central victory point. Rear echelons weren't prepared to die for the US. Can the Major do it, though? Can he get in there Meanwhile, we've got 3 Pioneers and a Panzer IV standing in the way of the Rifleman trying to get there. Can the Major cap? He's trying, however, he's forced away at the last moment. Vet 3 Major dies where he stands. Grenadiers, this is getting really desperate from Brickman. He knows that the superior Panzer forces could be his doom, his peril. Pack 40's capping. Rifleman, however, has forced away that Grenadier squad. Sherman's going over there. We've got an M1 waiting. Nothing's in the east to cap for the Vermont. No, the MG's going over to the eastern side. There we go. Sherman's trying to block him in. We've got a Rifleman frantically trying to cap. Who's going to win this one? What a replay this has turned out to be. Sherman dies for liberty. As the Rifleman cap. Can the MG42 neutralise? Grenadiers are going over to the eastern side as well. So yes, victory points will now tick down for Fisticuffs. Oh no, he's neutralising. There we go though. We've got the paratroopers now pushing in there. These Panzers are having to work overtime. They're probably going to delete this Rifleman. Good shots by the M1 AT gun. Rifleman indeed deleted. And we've also had a good cooked MK2 frag grenade on the Pack 40. Does nothing. MG42 takes the victory point there. 6 victory points remain. Can Brickman finish off this game? No, he can't. It's 1 victory point versus 1 other. GG, says Brickman. Fisticuffs was able to win this one despite a torrid early game to those INR Pathfinders. But you have to say, his Von Ivan-esque Panzer IV play was just enough to seal the deal. And when called upon, he was able to position the MG42 in. And I have to say, that was an ML, not a clutch move. That's the phrase I wanted. A clutch move at the end there. Brickman was trying to, take this one from under his gaze and turn an imminent defeat into victory. And Fisticuffs checked him. Let's just check the stats now, as the army value graph shows Brickman in disarray. After earlier gains, points held, you can see the ebb and flow of battle. Personal overview screen. We have Brickman selected at the moment. We'll go back to see the Wehrmacht player in a second. Overview shows Fisticuffs, obviously a superior KD, but not too bad really. I'd need Tightrope to explain how that works. He did release a video showing all that stuff, but isn't it the cluster bombs? Don't they count as kills or something? Like something like that. I swear to God, it's something to do with cluster bombs, if I remember correctly. Preservation of Brickman is not that terrible, was it? Yeah, it was on the Sherman front, though. 4 Shermans built, 4 lost. Let's load up Fisticuffs now. Hopefully that worked. Yes, indeed it did. His preservation, 5 Grenadiers built, 3 lost. We all saw them die, though. The Panzers, however, that's where the money was at. He did actually end up building 6 Panzer IVs throughout this game. So, yeah, it worked overall strategically, and it just meant with the late Jackson build that he survivalist, bloody hell, 16,000 damage taken for the Panzer IVs there. And that's the value of the command tank, of course, that defensive aura. So GG, well played. Thanks for submitting the replay. I'll now reveal, of course, that the player's name was Fisticuffs. Hope you enjoyed the cast. And big shout out to Brickman as well. Tried to kind of swing it in Brickman's favour, making you guys think it was Brickman that submitted the replay, because I do know Brickman. Big contributor to GCS2, and ultimately couldn't fly over, unfortunately. Work wouldn't allow... No! The pregnancy of his wife would not allow him. He was expecting child, so they could no longer attend. But big thanks to that, and hopefully everybody in chat enjoyed it, both on Twitch and YouTube. This will be up on Friday afternoon, if you want to watch. And yeah, there's your finishing shot. It's of Fisticuffs' glorious Panzer IV army. Cheers.